Hello, and welcome to the About Healing podcast, a show created for those on or awakening into their spiritual journeys, and who are ready, wanting, and learning how to heal themselves. I am your host, About Healing medium and certified spiritual healer, Sheree Buckman. It is my purpose to guide others to the path of self-healing and to inspire those on their spiritual journeys in finding their truths. Join me as I share my experience and unfiltered perspective in healing, as well as the incredible wisdom of the loving energy that guides us. Let's begin. Welcome, beautiful souls. Here we are again, another day, another episode of healing. Yay.
Woo!
Oh, we need that background. That was a really low yay. I know some people are like, ew, healing. Let's not go there again. No, this is fun. This is chakra stuff. Yes! Woo, woo. Okay, I'm trying to bring the energy. Let's get excited. Good morning, Copper.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you surviving?
Good. Yeah.
Do you feel like you're thriving or just surviving right now?
Right now, if I was being completely honest, life is really busy and we're just surviving. But I see the finish line of that, and we can get to thriving here real quick.
Well, at least by this weekend, you'll be thriving.
Oh, I'll be thriving this weekend for sure. A little vacation time just for me. So, yeah.
Coming back from vacation, getting back into the craziness of life, and then back on vacation again. Yes, girl.
Yeah.
I love that it's getting through. She's taken a year of self-care.
Just these trips, and then I'm broke. So,
until all the trips next year.
Right. Exactly. That's true.
We got some big stuff planned. Well, amazing, everyone. As we got back from our big trip, because again, we're still kind of regulating from all that. It's been, my gosh, almost 2 weeks since we've been back, but it's a lot, these big trips. And, I did a post on social media about what it's like for an empath. I'm a very sensitive empath to come back after a trip like that, where we were truly in the midst of thousands of people.
It was so much energy.
So much.
And it's exhausting to take that all in.
And it's, wanting to connect with certain people. And, again, I know how to protect myself and to regulate it. However, again, it's still very consuming to be around so much. And so there's a long recovery that comes with it. I do finally feel myself kind of getting back into the energy. And now it's just catching up on life and work and taking a week off and what that does. Put you back a couple of weeks. But with that being said too, I wanted to talk about the amazing things that are happening right now within About Healing LLC. So within the work that I'm doing right now, I am currently enrolling for a brand new workshop. It's a virtual workshop, so anybody can join into this, but it is Connecting to Energy workshop. This is kind of an introductory workshop where I talk about how we connect with our inner energy. We're talking about our intuition. We have a session where we actually go over how to meditate. This is your meditation 101. I teach how to connect with your higher self. It's a beginning understanding of how to connect with your guides, about manifesting and these type of, things. Because I lost a word for it. I don't know, these things, these topics. Let's put it that way. These are the topics that we'll be going over. This is a 6-week course that starts on September 19th. So we meet Tuesday nights for 6 weeks in a row, and we talk about all the subjects. So if you're wondering ooh, Tuesday nights, man, I work on those nights, or this is a night where, my kids have practice or we're doing the things. Realize that these are also recorded. So even if you cannot make the live one, your registration makes sure that you get the full recorded, you get video and audio recording of every single session. So you can go and listen and do the whole course on your own. So if you want more information, head to my website, www.abouthealingmedium.com for more information. Another kind of exciting thing I wanted to throw out for anybody who is interested, maybe you've been thinking about having a session with me, a one-on-one private session, mediumship and the spiritual healing, that all of my sessions for the month of September are 20% off. So this is that time where I wanted to put it in here for this back to school time. This is that time where now we're kind of getting back to our schedules and taking time back for ourselves. So if you're in that space and you're looking for a way for more self-care, or if you've been drawn to maybe a session with me, go ahead and head to my website again and head to the booking tool. It will not charge you to book, so you can book. So even if I run out of availability in September days, as long as you are booking during the September month, you can book into October and even November. As far as it'll let you go, that's fine. You will still get the same deal. So just throwing that out there. And of course, one last promo I'm going to throw out there for everybody. I have also started a new membership deal. It's About Healing membership. So for anybody, maybe I have a lot of past clients who likes to do sessions maybe every year or a couple of times a year, or getting interested in doing the workshops, um, you know, buying healing gifts in the About Healing shop. That this membership is a way for you not only to receive additional discounts, because you get 10% off as a member, and you get to take that 10% and add it on to like the September deal that's 20% off. You can add it and make it 30% off a session. But the biggest part about this membership is that we have a monthly meeting just for members. We are getting on a live Zoom, and I will record it also, where I go over a healing topic or a guided topic to help you on your journey, whether you're going through your awakening or your self-healing journey. And then we have a live Q&A where you can ask all of your own questions. We share it as a group because usually more than one person can relate to your questions. Like, hey, I've had this experience. What does this mean? Can you help me with this? And you'll find that the community is part of it. And there's our own private community page that is a safe place for those who want to talk about their experiences. And I will be on there too, and we can all collaborate together. So again, go to the website abouthealingmedium.com for more information. Now let's get to our regularly scheduled broadcast. Is that right? Is that how they say it? Broadcast? Show? Topic?
Topic.
Okay. Fill in the blank.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's get to our regularly scheduled topic. Now, because this is a fun topic. Now we're getting into our chakra series. We are going down now. We're in our third chakra. This is the solar plexus chakra. So let's get into it. So the solar plexus, again, as I just said, it's our third chakra. It goes from, again, we count from the bottom up. So this is the third from our base. So we have the root, the sacral, and now the solar plexus. The solar plexus is above the belly button, but below the rib cage. Right there in the center of your abdomen, this chakra is actually a very powerful chakra. And no wonder why, because this is our power center, the psychic center. This is that chakra where is about finding our purpose, and our sense of self is all located here. And if we break it down and where we're talking about that sense of self, so the solar plexus is about our place of self-worth, our confidence, self-esteem, and our sense of personal power. The solar plexus takes that raw emotion that begins in the sacral. Okay, we talked about that in our last chakra episode. It takes that raw emotion, it pulls it up into the solar plexus, and it expands it further. The solar plexus is also kind of like the melting pot between our earthly and spiritual aspects. Actually, this is a chakra I use when I am blending, when I am grounding. And I have a lot of extra steps that I do in my grounding where I blend and I bring in my earth energy. And then I also bring in that source light energy, and I have it mix right here in the center in my solar plexus. For me, it blends and then it disperses, and it's beautiful balance for what I need for my highest and best self. And it kind of regulates and sends it to the rest of my energy bodies. So this solar plexus in this system, it actually develops between the ages of 15 and 21 years old. So now, as you can see with these root chakras, as I've given you the developmental stages, that it starts really young. We have the root chakra that is developed in our younger ages, and then we had our adolescence for the sacral, and now we're going to kind of that really young adult, still kind of adolescence too, for the solar plexus. And this is going to come in handy later when I am talking about our healing portion of this. So stay tuned with that. So I want to give you the extra fun insights and meanings with the solar plexus. Its color is yellow. And we're talking about that bright sunshine yellow. Its mantra is I do. Its element is fire, like the sun. In astrology, so it's zodiac signs related to the solar plexus. By the way, doing my research on this, there are several that can associate to it, but these were the most common that I found, which was Aries and Scorpio. And for the planets, it is associated with the sun and Mars. So let's get into talking about the body functions, or like the body parts, the physical parts of our being that would be affected by the solar plexus, or what the solar plexus kind of is in charge of and regulates itself. So you have to think about it. Where is it located? It's in that center mass belly, that abdomen. Okay. So right here, we are talking about your digestive system. Okay. It works with your digestive system. This is going with your gallbladder, your stomach, your liver, your spleen, and small intestines. This is also working with your pancreas. So your pancreas is one that produces the enzymes that processes foods. Okay. And also produces hormones such as insulin, which flows into your bloodstream. So that's a lot of power it has right there. So let's go into this further, because we're going to put this together. So, because again, if you're having a lot of digestive issues and you have a lot of things going on with these certain parts of your body, it could be you have an imbalance in your solar plexus. So the illnesses that can be created from an imbalanced solar plexus is, first of all, on the physical side of it, energy burnout is one of them. Absolutely. And you'll hear why in a few minutes. Of course, we're talking about our digestive disorders and issues like IBS, ulcers, acid reflux, bloating, constipation, indigestion, things like that. Eating disorders also are stimulated from this chakra: anorexia, bulimia, diabetes, poor metabolism, and liver diseases are just to name a few. Again, when we're talking about illnesses, we have to talk about the emotional side of it too, because this chakra is truly connected to a lot of our sense of being and our sense of wellness in itself. This is, self-worth, confidence, self-esteem. So depression and high stress and anxiety are huge pieces that are linked here. And you'll find too, with a lot of chakras, when you have a blockage, it actually creates a lot of these symptoms too, these emotional symptoms. Right. So let's talk about what it looks like. But what does it look like when we have a very healthy solar plexus? That solar plexus, when it is bright and yellow and moving in a clockwise fashion, and it is in its perfect speed, and it's going, energy is flowing through it. It comes in, it's released out, it's dispersed equally and where it should for your highest and best. When this is happening, this person has a feeling of a sense of wholeness. They have a tolerance and acceptance of life and relationships while demonstrating healthy boundaries. They understand their personal power, and they have their full range of emotions under control. They are confident, dependable, faithful, and stable individuals. They take personal responsibility, and they radiate warmth and happiness. So now that we understand what a healthy chakra, what that looks like and what it sounds like for a person, now let's hear on the blocked chakra side. So we're going to start with the underactive chakra. So this chakra is not moving as fast. It's really slow. Think of it like a rusting wheel almost, like it's getting like a garbage disposal that's backed up because it's got all the clogs. So it's not moving and it's not releasing like it should. So when this is happening, this person would experience, chronic fatigue and low energy on a constant basis. This is also creating jealousy, unhappiness. They are emotionally fragile and cowardice. It creates anxiety, bringing knots to the pit of their stomach. There's a lack of self-discipline, low self-esteem, no boundaries, and these people are afraid to pursue their passions. When we have an overactive chakra, when we're blocked with it overactive, now it's almost spinning out of control. We're going really fast and it's on the opposite side now. This person was someone who is definitely consumed by perfectionism, being overly critical, like a workaholic type A personality type. So they're an overthinker. This also brings to burnout because they're constantly going all the time. It's constant mind, again, constantly trying to create this perfection that doesn't exist. Again, with this overactive chakra, it is causing restlessness, difficulty sleeping, feeling on edge, and that feeling like you can't turn off. This is because it is causing, on a physical side of things, an increased metabolic rate. It's also about this person having hyperactivity, being extremely stubborn, and even being angry or aggressive. The other factor of an overactive solar plexus chakra is having an inflamed ego. This is arrogance, the great sense of pride, egotism, need to dominate or control, which is taking powers from others, even if it is through the best of intentions. This is something that's very common, having an overactive solar plexus chakra for politicians. This is a very common blockage. As with our other lower chakras, healing our solar plexus is something that's going to take time. As you begin to see this trend, like I just said, the trend of our lower chakras, their development and accuracy of energy flow is created by our reaction to our younger year experiences. Again, I was talking about that development. If we were brought up in a way that diminished one's personal power, like having a domineering or abusive home environment, or someone who was bullied a lot as a child, or having a lack of emotional support system in an unstable environment can cause one to react or feel less than, which creates a loss of personal power, self-esteem, and or self-worth. Because remember, our experiences do not define us, but it is our reaction we have to the experiences. So those who have come through a background where you have a background like this, maybe a domineering environment, it doesn't mean that you're going to have a blockage in your solar plexus. It all has to depend maybe on the support system and how you took that experience and how you're perceiving it now and projecting it outward. Because while these issues or these experiences can cause one to create this loss of personal power and self-esteem and self-worth, it can too easily also cause one to go to the opposite end of the spectrum and creating a domineering persona or an overactive controlling lifestyle to create a sense of power, which is an artificial form of power. Because now we're drawing it from others so that we don't feel that loss anymore. But as with any form of healing, awareness is the first step of reclaiming or adjusting one's healthy level of personal power. So to help you along that path, because again, healing these chakras and going into the full healing of chakras really requires going back, whether you're going through therapy or the self-healing of understanding where you placed your power and bringing it all back and healing the traumas and knowing your self-worth and, et cetera, et cetera. There are some other healing tools that's going to help make that process maybe a little bit easier. And so some of those healing tools, when we are working on our solar plexus chakra, we're going to help it move. We're going to help it process energy a little bit easier so that we have an easier time of processing our healing or maybe the trauma or those triggers that we have associated with that chakra. Okay, we're going to help it move and let it go a little bit easier. So the first step, as with all the chakras, they all have a color that really helps. Of course, this one is yellow. These bright yellows. bring that yellow more into your everyday wear. It's wearing it as jewelry, your colors, accessories, shoes, whatever it may be, whatever form. Doing meditations where you are running yellow light within your body, having it hit your solar plexus, holding stones to your, solar plexus stones, which I will tell you in just a minute, and holding them there on that area of your body to let it just absorb that healing energy. And also visualizing a yellow spinning wheel, closing your eyes and taking a minute and just seeing a healthy spinning yellow chakra wheel, what that looks like. It almost starts to train your own solar plexus of what you want it to look like and what you want it to do. So those crystals I was mentioning that are associated with the solar plexus, where you can use to hold it there. Some examples are amber, tiger's eye, citrine, yellow topaz, and agate. These are some that are really good in working with your self-power. So when we look at the exercises, obviously yoga, because yoga is going to help with all of these chakras, but there are very, very specific yoga poses. You will have to look those up, do videos or take a yoga class specifically for that. But one example, sun salutations, because sun, fire, it's all associated with this chakra. Standing in sunlight. So, taking walks or being out in the sun and absorbing that is going to be very helpful because it is directly aligned with this chakra. Again, going back to visualizing, okay? Going to visualizing this inner warmth, bringing in that inner warmth of that sunshine through your breath and filling your body, going directly to the chakra. But also another great way is bringing out that journal, starting a list of small things that you can do to create feelings of personal power and authenticity. Because sometimes we don't even know where to begin or how to even bring that back. But start very simply. What can you do in this moment? What can you do today that will make you feel more in your personal power? Because maybe not every day you get to make choices for yourself, or being able to do something that is directly for you. This is that little list you can make where it doesn't have to be extreme right away. What are those little things that you can do? So some other fun ways we work with aromatherapy, and essential oils are good. So the ones that will help with the solar plexus is chamomile, cedar root, rosemary, and bergamot. Hopefully I said that right. I don't say that one out loud too often. I see it in my head. Don't say it out loud. So there that is. Also, the foods, again, natural foods that have the color yellow. So we're not talking about dyed foods. These are natural that grow from the earth. So we're talking about lemons, bananas, pineapples, corn. We have a lot of yellow beans, ginger, and even yellow curry. So those yellow foods would be really good. And it is eating with intention when you're eating it. So obviously you might already be eating these in your daily life, but now taking a bite and seeing it, saying it's yellow, and taking those bites and eating it with intention. I am eating this food to fill my body and heal my solar plexus to work with it. Set a small intention as you take a bite. That is how that works. And the affirmations that associate that will help you. Again, sometimes you have to lie to yourself before you believe it. You can write these down and put them on a Post-it note. Say them in the morning. Say them after you get out of the shower. Say it before you go to bed. Or whenever you're having a moment where you feel like you're losing that sense of power, this is where you want to bring that in. I stand in my personal power. The only approval I need is my own. I value myself. I hold the key to my own happiness. As I said just a little bit ago, identifying the imbalances is the most important step you can take on your healing journeys, because without it, nothing changes and the cycle repeats. You are worthy of standing tall and true in your own sense of self. Confidence is something that is practiced, not genetically inherited. You are beautiful. You are valued, and you are with purpose, whether you know it or not. You have been and you are uniquely created to blossom in this realm, in this life, because you are here to add an energetic charge to that collective consciousness. The key word there is collective. We are all a piece of this consciousness, and you are a piece of it too. And the more you step in and take your personal power and you start blooming and standing in your most authentic and truest self, is when that consciousness gets brighter and we are connecting fully and more. And that is what is bringing these loving vibrations back on this plane of getting to that place of peace. It's time to take a moment to reassess where you have given your power. It is also time to start taking that personal responsibility in your choices, where you've left it and where you've given it, because that is not taken unless you've allowed it. And it's time to begin to live and take care of you and your well-being, because you are worthy of finding inner peace and strength. Please just remember that you are worthy. You are worthy of all of this. You are worthy of healing yourself. You are worthy of being that confident, amazing person who pursues their dreams. No one can take that from you. Somehow you created a thought basis. You created a belief in your head from things that you have either experienced, you witnessed, or you have been surrounded by. But it's time to break that. It's time to break those old cycles and come into your truest self and be that amazing person. It's not even that. To be your truest inner self and to let that come out and shine bright. Because the ones who are going to love and support you will see it, and they will find you, and they will continue to help you. For further assistance on working on your solar plexus, check out the additional bonus episode, Meditation for the Solar Plexus. So until next time, beautiful souls, be kind to yourself. With so much love and gratitude, I want to thank you for listening to this week's episode. My hope today is that the message continues to guide you along your path to healing. To learn more about me and my purposeful work, visit my website at abouthealingmedium.com. You can also follow About Healing Medium on Facebook and Instagram, where you can find the episode's healing guidance, quotes, tips, insights, and chances to win free stuff. To ask a question or to share comments, email me at abouthealingpodcast@gmail.com, or feel free to reach me on Facebook and Instagram at About Healing Medium. Until next time, be kind to yourself.